Hi guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we have 100 Bullets 58, and yesterday I answered this card on the face of it, and it's just it was a little bit absurd, a little bit ridiculous. I guess we'll get to that. First, let's do this. Lono is training Loop Hughes in how to fight. He's telling him about a girl's G-spot, and then he points out a spot just to the left of the chin, just back from the chin, the D spot that'll drop a guy. And Lewis Hughes doesn't really believe him, so Lono hits him there and drops him, and they get a phone call. And Shepard is calling to talk to Lono because Shepard has been shot. Playing with the time in the movie or the comic book or the TV show, playing with the time and cutting back and forth is an easy way to scale up the tension at the beginning of the book. If you need it to be tense at a point where it's not, you can just cut around the actual order of events. And that's all they're doing right here. Obviously, Shepard wasn't shot the last time we saw him. Last time we saw Shepard was at the end of yesterday's book when Wiley was driving and Dizzy was in the passenger seat. But now he's calling Lono and he's out on his own in the car and he's dying. He's got a punctured lung, bullet possibly hit his heart. He can't breathe. And he's explaining to Lono that Dizzy and Loop were to replace Minutemen who were killed. He's not just explaining it to Lono, he's also explaining it to Wiley right here. That Dizzy has been trained and her job is to replace the bastard, Milo, who was killed. By Lono, actually. Inside the gas station convenience store, there's a bunch of kids want to buy candy and alcohol, and Dizzy finds them, or they find her, while Wiley and Shepard are having their conversation about just what she's going to do for the Minutemen and the Trust. This is in the past. This is in the future. I suppose this would be the present because this is where we started. But then this is in the past and is unchangeable. So Shepard smoking a cigarette while Wiley's pumping gas because he just has a death wish. And here he's explaining to Lono that Lono has to train Loop and tell Dizzy it's not her fault. That's basically the last thing he says to him. Shepard is also offering Lono the job of being the Medici warlord because the Trust is apparently going to war with itself after the death of Anwar Madrid and Daniel Perez. Daniel Perez died in issue 25, which I don't have. Issue 7 and 25 are the two that I'm missing. And just a couple issues ago, Wiley killed Anwar Madrid, issue 56. This is issue 58. So Shepard is offering Lono the job of being a warlord. Get out of prison. Don't have to train the kid anymore. Get a new job. Lono's just happy to be considered. Lono's just happy to have a phone call. But Shepard is dying, and he's out on his own. And we don't know why just yet. But he is dying. This is just a page of them going back and forth, telling each other what they think of each other. And this is, I have to point out, Constantine. The Matrix. The Punisher. Killzone, Ex Machina. This is a great set of ads for a comic book. Hellblazer, that's Constantine again, and Wonder Woman. Who doesn't love Wonder Woman? And that's where we left off, but it's not over yet in terms of ads. So Dizzy is inside the convenience store. This little kid's asking her if he'll buy her a soda. Disney just opens it right in front of him and tells him that she'll pay for it. Gives it to him. And this girl wants her to buy her beer. Wiley is outside having his conversation with Shepard. They are talking about secret words and the Minutemen. There's also a good bit, and this has been kind of recurring. There's a good bit where they use everyone's secret name, like secret agent name. So Milo's dead. Milo was the bastard, but then there's the Saint, the monster, the wolf. The wolf is with Graves. The dog, he says, wouldn't heal. And someone called the Rain, which he says was the first one activated in Atlantic City, but Graves hasn't pulled him in yet. Now that might be Vic. Vic, we saw in issue 50. It was the only one that he was in, and he knew who he was. He knew the whole story behind Croatoa and the Minutemen and the Trust. He told it to us. He did this whole exposition with a gang of criminals they just robbed like a diamond exchange. And so he might be the Rain. But there's still whoever they set on fire, and a couple other people who was someone named Ray, who we don't know. The Saint might be Cole Burns, might not. The monster might be Jack. Jack might also be the wolf or the dog. The dog wouldn't heal. That might be Jack. And right here, they confirm that Victor is the Rain because, why is that? And he says, I don't know. Victor would jump off a cliff if Graves asked him to. So would I. Yeah, but you'd ask for a reason first. So the bastard's dead. And Dizzy is his replacement. And Dizzy is inside buying the kids beer and soda, and the mom's getting mad. But Shepard and Wiley are having their conversation outside. Here we cut back to the future or the present, depending on your perspective, where Lono has been training Loop in how to fight. Shepard's offering him a way out of prison. Nothing really gets decided, which is sort of a shame because it's Shepard's last conversation. This is a good ad too. I don't know who that is. Probably just some beautiful blonde model. And so at the convenience store, I love when we get this. I love this. They don't do this that often, especially when these line up like this. This is especially awesome. I wonder if they asked them, they said, dude, she is coming out this way, and then we've switched, right? Like this is 180 degrees. Like the camera here is over there, and the camera there is right here, right? So Dizzy's walking out, all the kids are happy. She hears Shepard ask Wiley the magic word, and Wiley tells Shepard Croatoa, and Dizzy hears it. And that's the one thing Shepard didn't know. Shepard had no idea what the magic word was. That's been Graves' little secret. Dizzy drops everything she's holding. Oh, and one other thing, Shepard, when Shepard's interviewing Lono for the job as the Medici's warlord, he tells him he needs him and the painting. And Lono says he doesn't have the painting. And Shepard says, well, just you then. But back to Dizzy, who hears the word Croatoa, and she was just in training. I could swore someone already told her that word, but I guess maybe not. Maybe Graves just gave her the briefcase. But she hears the word. Wiley is putting the gas nozzle back. Shepard looks over. They both look over. And they had to choose which 2 pages to put together. So this is really pretty good. Dizzy shoots Shepard. And like the other one, Shepard has spun around. She shot him in the chest, but he has spun around to face us. That is awesome genius. You can see the spin in his torso and in his legs and his hips, even though you can't see his legs. You can see that he is spun around, facing us. That is genius. My goal is to look at this for something I can learn how to do right, not for things I can complain about. So, and I am in a lot less pain this week, even though my eye doesn't work any better. And look at how few panels with no words. Wiley takes the gun away from her, takes her away, and Shepard jumps in the car and drives off. So Shepard, probably could have, they're out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how he could have gotten to a hospital. There's no hospitals around. But he drives off alone and calls Lono. And so now we're caught up to the present. That is just awesome. That is great. Look at how much they've packed into just one issue, and then how long and drawn out the New Orleans bit was. There was whole parts where Homer and Wiley didn't give you reason to hate them. And then in the end, they were paid killers. They weren't even mean killers. I mean, they were mean killers, but they were paid, which makes it less scary. So anyhow, Shepard is trying to get Lono out of jail over the phone with Lono. So I don't know how effective he's going to be. But maybe it's already done. Doesn't look like it. And then we get this. That is rough. That is terrible. But what an issue. Damn. There's no coming back from that. And so then we get Devil May Cry and another Constantine. That's 3 Constantine ads. And these are for a video game. This is not even the movie. This is for a video game. That's for the movie, I guess. See you guys tomorrow.